Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Alan Anthony from Phone Tech at Work, and this is my final review of the LG V60 ThinQ 5G. So let's start the video. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Alright guys, so the LG V60. Now I've had this for a few months now, and I could definitely say that this is probably one of the phones of the year for 2020, and I could tell you why. The first thing that I really love about this phone is the price. So right now you're able to buy the phone without the case, I think for $699 with T-Mobile, but you could find this price a whole bunch of different places on Swappa, on eBay for a good price when it comes to the phone itself. Now if you want a dual screen, that might be like $100 more, or you might have to buy the screen separately. But that's the first thing that I really like about this phone, is that it's under $1,000 and it does have the latest processor, which is the Snapdragon 865. Now there is a 865 Plus, but this one is pretty much the same thing. They just probably tweaked the 865 and just overclocked it, but it's basically the same processor. So you do get that processor when it comes to the V60 ThinQ. I think that this is probably one of the smoothest devices that I've handled in the last few years. Now, would it have been good to have a 2K display, 1440p? I think it would have definitely been a plus, but 1080p has been perfectly fine with me when it comes to this device. Another thing that I really liked about this phone is the cameras. The cameras are really good on this device. There is something about what they did to these cameras that made it just so much more crispier. Now, when it comes to the front-facing camera, it's as good as well. The cameras on here are better than the Note 10 Plus. I think it really depends on how you like your pictures. Do you like them oversaturated? Do you like them how it really looks in person? And this, I can honestly say, it does show a lot of pictures, natural colors. It is not vivid. You get so many different modes on here. You do have the 8K option when it comes to video as well. How it looks is really not that great, but you do have that option if you do want to do it. So you have your 4K, you have your 4K 60, you have a whole bunch of different options there when it comes to your video mode, and just the capability of this phone when it comes to these cameras is definitely a plus for me. Now you can see the fingerprints and like the sweat glands on this phone, because I really use this on the daily. It is definitely one of my favorite phones. This dual screen case really makes this phone huge. I can honestly say I do have the LG Velvet as well, and just to put this case on, I mean, it's good for protection, but it just makes it so oversized. But just what you get with it is really, really cool. Not a lot of phones can do this. The floss factor of this is so awesome. I've showcased the dual screen plenty of times, and like a whole bunch of people think that I have two phones, but it's really just one. Now, just the fluidity of the fingerprint scanner. Now, it's not the fastest in the world, but it does work pretty well. You know, it's not bad at all. Would I rather have it on the side? Probably, because I've been using the Xperia One, and that perfect placement on the side is pretty good. But I'm really enjoying this phone. There's so many things about this phone that I really like. You know, saying just the amount of storage you get the 128, which is pretty cool. You know, you have the expansion. You know, there's fast charging. I think the case would probably be cool if you were able to charge the case with the regular Type-C. Now, you do have to use the adapter. Sometimes I don't have the adapter when I'm in the car, so I got to take it out the case, and I got to do that. And just the overall size of this case, hold on one second, let me clean this off. Just the overall size of the case makes this phone massive, and it doesn't even fit in my dash and windshield mount for my phone, because it's just so large, so I do have to take it out. So if you do rock it with this dual case, you definitely have to take it in and out sometimes, or just, you know, have it charging or whatever. But you don't have to charge the case separately. The power goes to the phone, and if the phone has power, this case has power. So that's pretty cool that you don't have to charge it separately. All right, so overall, when it comes to this device, I haven't had no hiccups. The call quality has been perfect. The speakers on this actually sound pretty good. I think just the size of it will probably turn off a lot of people because it is kind of big. But it's really a great device, and if you don't want the massiveness of this device, I would definitely get a regular case and just try to use the dual screen case when you can. But there's so many shortcuts when it comes to this device. I mean, I really like this phone. This is probably one of the best phones that I've had in a very long time. If they made it a little smaller, which they actually did, the LG Velvet, this is probably one of the biggest competitors for the V60, and that's the Velvet. And the Velvet does have 5G as well, just like the V60, but you do have the better processor inside this device. And I think they're around the same price right now. So definitely look around. It's probably like $100 to $200 difference, but the LG V60 is definitely top class in the year of 2020. So if you guys need a phone that is smooth, big screen, good cameras, battery life is pretty amazing on this device as well. Definitely one of the things that I really like about it. Just to reiterate it again, I think that LG has a really good phone in their hands. The phone without the case looks pretty good as well. See if we could pop it off just to show you guys how beautiful the phone is now. They changed the color of the dual screen case with the Velvet. If they would have made this case to match, saying how the quality looks when it comes to the actual phone itself, that would have been dope. Let me clean it off. The UI is probably a problem that a lot of people have with this phone. They say that it's a little bit cartoonish. It's kind of like the old Samsung UIs, but it does not look that bad at all. You have the choice to have it a little bit bigger, but they thinned out the options, and it's really not that much anymore. So if you guys like this video, hit it with a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and follow Phone Tech at Work for more videos like this, like the LG V60, like the LG Velvet, and more tech to come. Peace and love. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.